How's it hanging, people? It's your boy MillzySawUs, #1 fella for lazy gaming and simulated FIFA, and welcome back to this epic series known as my FIFA 16 PSG Career Mode Season 7, Episode September. So guys, I've done what I said I was going to do in the previous episode. I've played off camera the whole of September. So I'm basically going to talk through with you over what had happened over the course of September, talking about the main highlights. So first things first, guys, we had a very decent start to the beginning of the season, and the first things I'm going to talk to you about are what matches occurred during the course of September. So we had 4 Liga games, 1 Champions, nope, my bad, we had 4 Liga games and 2 Champions League games. Now, our first match was against ES Troyes AC. We destroyed them 4-0, and unfortunately I could not tell you the goal scorers from these matches. I wish I could, but unfortunately I can't. The only best way to go through who has scored and who hasn't is simply checking out the team's stats after we look over the results. Second game of the episode was in the Champions Cup against the likes of Spartak Moscow. We destroyed them 5-0. A very good start to the Champions Cup. Third game in the Liga was against SM Kine. At the moment, I believe it's Raheem Sterling who's been loaned to that club. We drew them 1-1. I did play my second team against SM Kine and Troyes, but we didn't play as well in this away game against SM Kine. I can't remember whether Sterling played or not. That is probably going to be the only downfall to doing these kind of streams. The fact of the matter is I won't have the results right there of who he played and so on and so forth, but hopefully it'll be a much quicker video. The fourth game, we were back into the Liga against Nimes Olympique. We defeated them 3-0 with my first team. First team also played up against Toulouse, but unfortunately we lost to them away, so I felt so vexed against Toulouse. I wanted to punish my first team and not give them the 4 games they deserved to play this month, so I let the first team play only 3 and gave the second team a chance to play 3 games this month. So they got to go to the Champions Cup against the likes of Brøndby IF, and we only drew with them 1-1, giving us just the 1 point in the group. But Lukaku is on the bench for the second team now. I've taken Lacazette and Suarez off the second team bench as a punishment. And you ask, who is the second supporting striker on the bench next to Lukaku? It's not the centre forward Cruz. I have, guys, got some very interesting information to share with you. On my emails, it's blank for both emails and conversations, but I've saved 3 emails for the archive. The 3 main highlights of September are as followed. We'll go up to the Liga 1 transfer deadline day. Not a huge highlight, but I thought you would want to know how much was spent on the last day of the transfer, and it was $342 million. Very impressive. So we can go ahead and delete that. Douglas Costa accepted his new contract, which we offered him. He's absolutely fine being a sporadic first-team player with a considerably more money, which is fine. I want to keep Costa. He can play in the camp and he can play in the wings. Very flexible player and reliable. And third and biggest highlight of the month was Karim Benzema has suffered a torn quadricep muscle and will be out for about 8 weeks. Ronaldo did get injured as well, but it wasn't a major injury like Karim Benzema's. He only bruised his elbow and was out for about between 2 to 9 days. which was fine. But those were the major highlights. Now, as the table stands in the Liga at the moment, we are 5th after 8 games. 4 wins, 2 draws and 2 losses. Scoring 13 goals conceded in 4 with a goal difference of 9. That leaves us with 14 points on the table. Just a quick reminder, we won the Trophy Champ against Olympique Lyonnais back in the summer transfer window. We will not know who will be the 16 finalists for the Coupe Nationale, not until around winter, I do believe. For the Coupe de Ligue, we haven't got started yet, but please stay tuned for more FIFA 16 PSG content, as we'll find out very shortly who will be our first opponents for this glorious cup. As you guys already know, FC Porto defeated us in the finals of the Champions Trophy back in the pre-season tournament. Villarreal defeated Real Madrid for the Copa Europe. And coming up towards the Champions Cup, these are the following groups. For Group A, we've got Real Madrid, Bayo 4, RSC Anderlecht, and AS Saint Etienne. For Group B, we have Liverpool, FC Barcelona, Fenerbahce, and FC Schalke 04. Group C is Chelsea, Napoli, Galatasaray, and Zenit. Group D, we've got Borussia Dortmund, ourselves, Brøndby IF, and Spartak Moscow. So we had a very decent draw, guys. I do not think this is going to be a difficult group for us. I mean, we haven't lost yet. We've got 1 win, 1 draw, sorry, and have yet to face Borussia Dortmund. But I think it's safe to say my club, as well as Borussia Dortmund, are going to go through. Group B, we have Man City, FC Basel, Athletic Bilbao, and SL Benfica. Group F, we've got Standard Liège, so a newbie for this year. I can't recall whether Standard Liège, where they're from, what country they hail from, and whether they've been in the Champions Cup before. But unfortunately, they have the likes of FC Bayern, FC Porto, and Milan in their group. But they seem to be holding their own because they've got 2 victories at the moment and have yet to have another game. Group G, we've got Olympique Lyonnais, CSKA Moscow, Atletico Madrid, and Ajax. Group H, we have Roma, Manchester United, Celtic, and PSV. So that is the groups, the teams, and the results so far, guys. I hope you found that interesting. As we are not competing in the Euro League this year, which we have never done for the past 6 seasons, 7 to be correct, I'm going to go through with them with you guys just in case you are interested. Real Sociedad, Feyenoord, Lokomotiv Moscow, and Shamrock Rovers are Group A. Group B, we've got Gladbach, Sporting CP, Pogon, I can't even pronounce that, FC Midtjylland. Group C, we've got AS Monaco, VfB Stuttgart, FC Sion, and FC Groningen. Really do apologise for the pronunciations, guys. Arsenal, SC Heerenveen, Aberdeen, and RB Salzburg are in Group D. Group E, we've got Malmo, FF, Villarreal, CF. Let's see if they can get the victory again this year. KRC Genk, and FC Lorient. But hang on a minute, if you win the Euro League, aren't you qualified for the Champions Cup? I might be getting Villarreal mixed up with Valencia. I think so, I'm not too sure. Group F, Inter, Marseille, Dundee United, and PAOK. Wolfsburg, Panathinaikos, SK Sturm Graz, and Rosenborg BK for Group G. Group H, we've got SC Braga, Lazio Viking FK, and SK Rapid Wien. Group I, we've got Sevilla FC, West Ham, Bursaspor Belenenses. Group J, we've got FC Krasnodar, Ilesunds FK, Valencia CF. I could be wrong then. I could be wrong. FC Copenhagen. Group K, we've got Lech Poznan, Newcastle United, Vitesse, and Odense BK. Group L, Grasshopper, Juventus, wow. Olympiacos, CFP, and KAA Gent. That is the EuroLeague. Best of luck to our English clubs. And that is all for the league tables, the league stages, guys. So, without further ado, let's check out the team stats for the Liga in PSG. So, as you can see at the moment, we have our best goal scorer is Antoine Griezmann. Right behind him with 2 goals, Cristiano Ronaldo, and the following players scoring their own single goals. Best assists at the moment is Paul Pogba, with right behind him being Douglas Costa. And the following players with their 1 assists. And the most clean sheets we have Suarez, Bale, Ronaldo, Alaba, Neuer, Pogba, and Hummels. With the rest of the players, as you can see, at 3 clean sheets. Rakitic on 2, and those players at 1 clean sheet. Go back to the top. We have most yellow cards, and no one with red cards just yet. So that is that for team stats. You can see in the following the upcoming card for the October episode. 4 Liga games, 1 Champions Cup game, and our first Coupe de Ligue game against AJ Auxerre. Something to look forward to. And we have created a youth academy at the moment. We've got a couple of specimens which we're hoping to make really good players one day. Now, this Ricardo Sanchez from Argentina looks to be a centre midfielder at 15 years old, short, not a lot of weight, right-footed. I'm making a gamble on this guy now. He has a potential between 69 and 94. That's something that I don't normally go with. Anybody underneath 70 gets lodged off. But I'm going to see what happens. I'm going to see what happens with Ricardo, and hopefully that will get higher. Then I can keep him on board. Got my youth staff still on their youth. Excuse me. Still searching for some young talent. In my global transfer network, I have asked most of my scouts to come back because they had finished looking for world-class players. Jonathan Clements is still in France, having a look. I have yet to receive an email from him. Don't really need to go through finances. And I think that about covers it, guys. Nothing else to really speak about other than the fact that we're doing okay. Not an amazing start, but not a bad start. And I'll be looking forward to seeing you guys in the highlights for October. So let me know in the comments, guys, whether you like it this way or whether you want to be with me throughout the entire play-in process. But above all else, guys, I've been your boy, MillzySawUs, your #1 fella for lazy gaming and simulate FIFA. And this has been my FIFA 16 PSG Career Mode, Season 7, Episode September. See you guys in the next one. Take care, and above all else, goodbye.